This is Sunday the 16th of January and we woke up to rain. It's supposed to rain all morning or maybe and then clear up this afternoon. It's 10:30 and the rain is still coming down. This is where it's coming off the roof. The chickens were out there in the yard. I guess they've gone back in. See the rain there in the pool. Pastor Clay's sermon in North Carolina this morning is on forgiving. That since God forgives us, we need to forgive others.
God knows all things, and He has forgiven you of all your sins. That's a gift. And God expects you to share that gift of grace and mercy and compassion with others, loving one another.
I'm checking the rain gauge, and we got over an inch of rain. I think there was about 1/8 of an inch in there when it started raining, so we still got over an inch. This is Sunday afternoon now, and the rain has stopped. The sun is out. Lots of birds coming to the feeder. So the garden will go down on the ground. Larry's meeting a man in town to sell some of this stuff. It's these Civil War things that he found metal detecting. And that's weights off of duck decoys mostly. There's buttons and balls and stuff in there. He knows what it is, I don't. Larry's off to town. He don't go by himself very much anymore. I made a loaf of whole wheat bread in the bread maker this morning. It's been quite a while since I made one of those. I thought we'd give it another try. It's a heavier bread, but we still like it. This is Wednesday, and we went to Walmart and picked up our groceries. They had them ready for us. And then we stopped at Arby's, drive through, and now we're here by the creek, eating our sandwiches for lunch. That ryegrass is pretty down through there. Larry's back trimming grapevines. I don't see if you can tell or not, but the chickens are all there around his feet. I'm in putting the groceries away. Barbara came over and played canasta, and Larry won. Just like last time she came a month ago. Larry's out grilling us a ribeye steak for supper. We got potatoes in the oven baking. So we're going to have a good meal. You can see the sun is setting. Here's our meal. Larry did a good job on the steak. And it's our North Carolina cow. Looks like a meal fit for a king. Gonna get out the gate without letting the chickens out. There's Henrietta. Guess I'll have to help him.
I guess.
One's trying to get out with the trailer. Okay, shoo. Shoo. Go. Shoo. Shoo. Larry got out the gate after I shooed the chickens back, and they've gone to their favorite place there under the camellia bush. This is hard to believe. We've had all these frosty nights and down in the 20s a couple nights, and there's a rose blooming. I'm canning butter this morning. I bought 2 extra pounds yesterday to can, so I got my lids in getting warm. And the water, I'm going to use a double boiler to melt the butter. Going to try that. And I've got my 2-pint jars in the oven at 220 degrees for 20 minutes. And so here's the first pound I'm going to melt. Probably should have used a bigger pot. Now this is my first pound. I got it in melting. And as soon as it melts, I'll dip it out and put it in the jars. Because the jars are hot, they're still in the oven. It says to bring it almost to a boil. I don't know if I can do that in double boiler, but at least I won't burn it while I'm trying to melt it. Now that it's all melted, I took it out of the double boiler just to get it up to almost boiling. And then I'm ready to dip it into my jar. Oh, it's starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn the heat off and put it in my jar. I wiped off the top to make sure there wasn't any butter on the top, and now I'm going to put the lid and ring on. Oh, there it is in the jar with the lid and ring on it. Now I have to walk by and shake it every 5 minutes for an hour. I guess that's to keep it from separating. So I'm going to set my timer for another 5 minutes while I do the other one. The butter we're eating now was canned in November of 2020, and we're enjoying it. But I learned how to do this from watching Deep South Homestead's video. They have videos on how to do everything, and I never even heard of this before. Well, I've been shaking them every 5 minutes for an hour, and now I put them in the refrigerator for not more than a half hour and shake them twice. So I think I'll shake them after 10 minutes and after 20 minutes. And then it'll be just take it out and put it away, put the date on it. My butter's out of the refrigerator and ready for storage. Just go put it in the cabinet. We're eating good this week. We got short ribs tonight. I've never cooked short ribs before. One piece has barbecue sauce and the other piece has honey. We got broccoli and scalloped potatoes. Scalloped potatoes out of a box. I brought Betty here to the doctor's office. It's time for her yearly checkup. And she thinks she pulled a muscle in her shoulder. It's been giving her a lot of problems. So she's going to get that checked on too. It's supposed to rain and she don't like to drive in the rain, especially possibility of icy rain. And with her arm sore, I just said, I can bring you in. I could. It's no problem. There's a cat over there under that truck, and it looks like he's trying to crawl up in the engine. Good, he's leaving. Cat up in the tree after a bird. Well, the cat just used that tree as a ladder to get up on top of the roof. Don't know if you can tell, but there's ice in that bucket. Good morning. This is Saturday, January 22nd. And look at our blueberry patch. Has frozen rain on it. Must have sleeted. It'd be really pretty if the sun would come out and shine on it. The chickens are all up and waiting to come out. I'm going to get them some feed. I had my coats on, so I just said I told Larry I'd do this morning. I threw it on the ground, and there's a combination of corn, oats, and sunflower seed. Probably can't see it, but it's there. Okay. Oh my. I think this might be froze. There we go. Come on, girls. Fasten the door open. See if there's any eggs in here. No egg yet this morning. It was 23, I think, last night. 27, maybe it was 27. I think it was 27 last night. We got feed in the feeder yet. This needs cleaned up. There's the egg we should have got today. There must have been another soft shell one. And that looks better now that it's cleaned. I just threw the egg over the fence. I didn't know what to do with it because Larry usually takes care of all this. And the feed is still all here on the ground. The chickens didn't stay to eat their food. They wanted to go out in free range. So they'll go back and eat it later. They'd rather go out here and hunt and peck around. You can see the ice crystals on the trailer. Larry warned me not to go here on the deck because it's icy. Now I'm here in the greenhouse, and the temperature is 42 in here. That's above freezing. Looks like 90% humidity. Got lots of lettuce. This is the electric heater that my friend Bonnie that I walk with gave us last year. And we use it to keep the greenhouse warm. I can touch it. It's just a little warm. Our strawberry plants are supposed to come today when it's 27 degrees, but we'll just have to get them out of the mailbox as soon as they arrive. Now they're out mostly under the pear tree. This is the tea olive tree blooming. And the sun we were sitting there, you see the sun sparkling on the ice. It was so pretty. But the sun won't stay out. And all over in the woods there. On the fence. You can see the water dripping. It's starting to melt. There goes the first vehicle we've seen for a long time. Not many traffic this morning. I guess that's the sun up there. It looks kind of like the moon. We got the wood in again. We do this about every day. But since it's so cold, we got a double row today. We had double row yesterday too. Because it takes a lot of wood when it's cold. Go get the mail.
Where you going?
I'm gonna go get the mail.
Okay. Looks like you're going on the back of a motorcycle.
Good morning. This is Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. I just let the chickens out and they're happy. You can see the big frost. Frost everywhere. Guess they feel like running. There's frost on all the roofs. Sometimes we throw stuff out the back door here, and this chicken is going to make sure there's nothing new there. And this bucket that had ice in it yesterday, remember I could break it? Well, this morning, it feels pretty solid. This Coke can just froze to it. That's ice. It feels like it's about a ½ inch thick. It was cold. I went in the greenhouse and it was 37 in there, so I don't think anything froze. It was supposed to have been 21 degrees last night. I don't know if you can tell, it looks like we've got diamonds laying all over the yard this morning. The frost is melting. You can see right along the line, the shadow of the house where the sun's not hitting, and then where the sun is hitting. Where the sun's hitting, the frost is melting, but in the shade it's still all frosty. Sunday lunch is ready. We got sweet potato fries, and we grew those potatoes. And we got broccoli salad, and we grew the broccoli and most of the stuff in there. And we got pork loin, and we had some rolls. Larry's got some cabbage leaves, and there's some laying on the ground. I made more whole wheat muffins this morning. The ones I made last week, I let them sit out on the counter in a bag, and they all molded. I'll put these in the freezer or the refrigerator. And I'm making white bread again this morning. My white bread is done. Just in time for lunch. This is Tuesday the 25th, and we're going to plant our bare root strawberry plants. Henrietta's looking mighty fine again. Except her cone's a little pale. These are our bare root strawberry plants that came Saturday. We've been letting them soak in water for 4 hours this morning. Now we're going to plant them in here. So we've got 4 shelves and 25 plants. That means we could put 5 plants in each one. That's going to be kind of crowded. We'll see. We decided to put 4 in each planter. We got these all planted and watered in. And it's starting to rain. We're here in the greenhouse. Had to be careful to keep the crown above the soil. Besides those 4 planters, we had 2 more. So they're all planted. Have to protect them maybe if it gets very cold. But I think they stand cold pretty well. Larry's spinning turnips. We're getting some leaves off for the chickens. Larry went out to feed the chickens apple peeling. Well, I'm disappointed. I lost a whole day of my video. And it was the day that Larry had his cataract surgery. And I had film of going to the surgery center and waiting in the waiting room, and then the nurses there taking care of him. And then after he got done, we went by some different places that I didn't film. Got some lunch and then came home. Larry's doing well after his surgery. He had a shield that he has to keep over his eye at night for 2 nights. So tonight will be the last night he has to have it on. And we went back to the doctor's office yesterday, and Larry got his patch taken off. And they checked his eye out and said he was doing well. And he's not had too much pain. It's just kind of putting those drops in it. Has to put 3 drops in the eye 4 times a day. Larry will go back for another follow-up visit on Monday. The biggest problem is keeping him quiet and not doing too much lifting and things he's not supposed to do. And then after we got home, he was recovering, and we got a call from Stephanie that a semi-truck had overturned and they were giving away free strawberries. And so I drove back into town and I got like 4 flats of strawberries. So that's how come you'll be seeing a lot of strawberries here in a minute or 2. It was a whole great big long container full. And there was people lined up out in the street in cars and had to work their way down till we finally got back down. And I wouldn't have been able to carry them, but there was a black lady that carried 2 for me, and I carried 2, so that's how I got the berries. And a lot of people got a lot of very nice berries. They looked like they were headed to Publix or someplace nice, or came from Florida. Well, Larry's got his patch off, and he hasn't washed it off yet. He's still got the mark of Zorro there on his forehead where they marked which eye they were going to do. So he can see. He just got to heal some more now.
Yep. Don't know if I see any better or not yet. That's time will tell.
Well, this is Thursday, the day after we got the strawberries, so we spent the morning cleaning and washing and chopping them up. So this is how many we've got. 2 pretty big pots and some in a 3rd pot, and then the ones here in a cup are going to make a strawberry pie. And then all those over there are laying there to get a little riper. So probably in the morning we'll go ahead and cut them up. But right now we're going to go ahead and freeze these and make a pie. My pots are all empty now of strawberries, and I have 18 pints ready to go in the freezer. That'll feed us quite a while. Plus, I've still got these. I'm going to give some of these to Betty too, freeze them. But 18 pints, I'll probably have 20 pints by tomorrow at least, plus the strawberry pie. I'm still making it. I rearranged the freezer and emptied this basket, so I'm hoping all those strawberries will fit in there. It's pretty full. Praise the Lord. They all fit in, and I've got room for a few more. Plus, I had 2 I saved from last summer. I was saving for special occasions. So that makes 20 pints. This is all that's left of the 14 chocolate chip cookies that I made yesterday. Larry and I both like them. My strawberry pie is done. I just had to put Cool Whip on it. That was a bottom pie crust I just baked. Hope it tastes good. I think it will. I'm hoping the sun shining on the berries will ripen them up a little faster. We're going to have a frozen dinner for supper. We're tired. This is Friday the 28th of January 2022. I'm here at Betty's. We're going to go shopping at Walmart. Came over to get her. This is Saturday, January the 29th, and I finished up the strawberries. I had 6 more pints this morning to freeze. And I froze 1 yesterday, and I froze, well, then I took some fresh ones to Betty yesterday. So altogether, I've got 27 pints plus 2 that I had, which means I could have them twice a month for a year. Betty got me these pretty yellow roses yesterday for helping her get her groceries. I told her she didn't have to, but she insisted. They are pretty. So I've got one to have here on the table. And I think I'll put the bigger one out in the TV room where it's a lot cooler and they will last longer. But pretty, pretty roses. This is Saturday the 29th, and it's about 10 till 4, and it's 60 degrees here in the greenhouse. It's supposed to get down to 23 degrees tonight. I thought I'd go ahead and film things here in the greenhouse since we'll have a comparison for tomorrow after it gets so cold. And geraniums are pretty. Big old leaves on this red one. I like the leaves. The red one back there is blooming. There's the red blossoms. And we got spider plants. Asparagus fern. And Larry repotted this flower that he got me in North Carolina. And the begonia's doing real nice. There's the strawberries we planted. Here's all the turnips. And down at the end are the potatoes. So we'll hope that they're standing up nice and bright and pretty tomorrow. There's the orange tree. Doesn't change much, but there's some tomatoes growing at the base of it. Another tomato. I hope they survive. And the eggplant. Larry picked the eggplant, all but there's this one left. We ate the others for lunch. There's a lot of little tomatoes on there. The other orange tree. Tomatoes. Those tomatoes are growing in bunches of 3 like you see in the grocery store. Still got lots of bloom. And lots of little green tomatoes. There's more potatoes. Lettuce. We're going to come out and get some lettuce and spinach pretty soon to have for supper. We're going to have a salad and grilled cheese sandwich. Don't get too cold. The lettuce is really getting tall. Healthy looking. And the heater, Larry will come out after a while and turn it on low. So we'll have a little bit of heat in here. There's tomatoes from the other side. We came out a while ago and watered everything. There's peppers. And this eggplant's got a blossom on it. Tomatoes going almost up to the ceiling. The hibiscus is growing new leaves and got lots of buds. And here's our strawberries. This one has a little leaf on it. So I hope they grow and do well. Here's the onions. Watered them a while ago too. They're not supposed to grow too much till spring. And then there's some garlic here too. And then lettuce and potatoes. So that's all the greenhouse. The time has come to take my snowflakes and snowmen off my seasonal tree. And here it is with the hearts on it. I've got a heart on the door. This is about 10 till 8 on Sunday morning. Looks like the temperature is 36. Larry came out at 5:45. Said there was ice on the top of the plastic and on the inside. And there's still ice on the inside of the plastic everywhere. It's all iced. But so far the plants look okay. Oh no, well the lettuce doesn't look quite so good right there. Now, lettuce tops, I guess the lettuce closest to the sides. I don't know if you can see that ice on the side of there. You turn the heater up. It's not turned up too much. It's on medium. The sun's coming up now, so it'll start to warm up. I just want the tomatoes to stay alive. Potatoes back there look a little droopy. And the turnips. Tammy and Michael are here. And they brought us firewood.
I'll let Michael get it.
And we are keeping our distance since they had COVID.
What's wrong with it?
I ain't sure. I had to replace fuel lines on it a while back. Well, a couple of weeks or so ago, and it ran fine, and it ran fine for a few minutes a day, and then it quit. I couldn't.
It won't even crank?
I don't know,
I think it's fuel line.
something I did that line came loose or something. I don't know, but it kind of choked out a little bit and didn't want to run for like.
Well, just throw it down there. You ain't got to
Like
stack
10
it.
seconds
Just throw it all down there.
Yeah, just throw it, because we'll be...
Just throw it. Let it roll down there and throw it. Don't stack it.
I don't want to get in the way of the
It ain't-
splitter so they can bring it out.
That's all right.
Oh, we do it right there.
We do it right
Oh,
there.
you do it in there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Just throw it down.
I'm gonna try to throw. Well,
You say you put a new line on?
How?
You put a new line on it?
Yep.
Okay. 'Cause
I hadn't
sometimes,
looked at it to see if
sometimes you get a crack in there and it'll get air. So if it's a new line, it shouldn't be that.
and it would still pump gas in the ball, so I think if something came loose and it wasn't getting any fuel.
Well, it goes in the ball before it goes to the carburetor. It must be in the carburetor.
Maybe.
There's a little filter in that carburetor.
There is?
A little tiny filter.
Inside the carburetor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it might be on the outside. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but I know.
I know I changed it.
No, it's in the carburetor, I think. But it's a little filter. I bet you that's what it is. It'll clog up on you. It's a little tiny filter. I wish you would have brought it. Well, if you can't.
It's in the truck.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
You want to leave it with me?
I don't know.
Or are you going to try it again? Let me get it. Let me get the. It's in this side? Or?
I don't.
Is it?
I'm not sure which side it's in.
Yeah, I think it's in this side. We got it in the truck. I know that. Yeah. He just put the whole fuel line and everything on.
That's I'm going to take the top off real fast.
Yeah, Michael's not very much about it.
I'm not either anyway. I forgot all I used to learn. I can't remember nothing anymore. I forgot how to put a rope. Donald came over and I put a rope in his. It took me an hour to put it in.
Yeah, it was bad enough trying to feed that little thing down through and into the down into the gas tank and all that.
It's a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of wood this is, but
Don't
it's
matter.
not pine.
It's wood. I've been burning pine. We got pine that last time we burned good. Sure wish I had a bench to work on.
We know what gumball looks like, and it's not gumball.
It don't matter. If it's
There's a lot of gumball out there though.
Boy, you can't beat
I
this,
need a-
having wood
I need
cut
a
and delivered
table.
right to your splitter.
It's not split, but
Oh, well, splitting's easy.
it didn't look like this much. I was like, that's half a truckload. By the time you
How long did it take you to get all that?
20
Half
minutes?
hour,
Half
maybe?
hour maybe? Kathy helped us.
Really?
Michael cut, me and Kathy loaded.
I was thinking a day, half a day.
It was
And,
the trees that were already down in
Yeah.
that
It,
pile.
it would have been easier if I didn't have to go through, because it's just all pushed up in that pile, and I had to go through and try to find pieces to cut out here and there to cut off of that weren't buried under the plow.
Well, Dad can put chainsaw up here.
Oh, he's got it over there on the
Oh, he's
table
on the
working.
bench.
Oh,
Michael, did you have the COVID too?
never got a test.
Never got a test? Were you sick?
I probably did. I had like a tickle in my throat for like a day,
Uh-huh.
and then that was it. I was fine ever since.
There's the stack of wood we got now. Put it here so we can split it. There they go. They did a good deed. It's 1:30 on Sunday afternoon and temperature's gone up to 72. The lettuce has perked up and looks better. I thought it was all going to die, but don't think so now. We came back here to Carolina Eye Care, and Larry had his final checkup for his right eye, and he's doing great. He can see colors and better and everything. So he's got another about 2 weeks before he gets the other eye done. Oh, I'm here. Well, I got my medicine, and he answered all my questions.
Take your mask off.
And
Now I see who it is.
yes, we're here at Zaxby's to get some lunch. Gonna have some chicken. We're back in our favorite spot having lunch. We got the Zax snack, and we share it. This is Monday, January 31st, and it's time to end my video. Larry just put the chickens in for the night. And we went to the eye doctor this morning, and then this afternoon I spent with Betty. We went to Food Lion. I went in and got her some hamburger that was on sale, and then she called in an order for Chinese food, and we picked that up. And I just did some little odds and ends for her at the house before I came home. Well, I hope everyone had a good January. Good night. God bless.